Vincent, I was looking forward to trying out the Sapphire Reserve's dining credit before the Reddit post. Not sure if it's worth the gamble. Yeah, that whole bit has been stupid. So there have been data points and letters being sent from Chase Card Services. If you go to an approved restaurant in the open table that is Sapphire Reserve, there have been select restaurants where you pay, doesn't matter how you pay, but it's coming back as like being from a mobile wallet, and Chase isn't honoring the points. And Chase isn't honoring the credit because the payment method wasn't correct. And some people have been saying that like they didn't use mobile wallet, they didn't use tap to pay, they just used the card as intended at the restaurant, and they're getting denied the credit. Chase Dining this Chase Dining credit is an absolute joke. Like, since they lost Talk to American Express, since American Express bought Talk, it has just been an absolute lunacy. Chase Dining. There is no rhyme or reason to why somebody shouldn't get their credit. Like, you have the L2, they have L2 and L3 data on where you're using your card, and they would know how your card is being used. There shouldn't be a problem. Did the Sapphire Reserve make a charge at this restaurant, verified restaurant at this address? Yes, here's your $150. Thank you for being a Chase customer. That is what they should be doing. Instead, they're doing this, and they're like denying you the $150 credit at this restaurant, which makes you not want to go to the next restaurant and try it because you're out $150 already on whatever you spent. Chase needs to rethink. Chase either needs to completely rethink dining, or Chase needs to get out of dining completely. Like, they own the infatuation. They could do cool experiences and give you more points at those experiences with the infatuation. They own Zagat or Zagat. They bought Zagat from Google for pennies of what Google paid for it. And they're not utilizing it as a way of travel to a Zagat restaurant, get $100 off your meal. Like, travel to a Zagat restaurant, get 6 times dining points instead of 3. They are so inept right now with their dining program, and this is not helping. And this is going to cause people not to use the dining credit. And cool, that's more money in Chase's pocket at the end of the day, which Chase doesn't necessarily mind, but you're losing reputation on a thing that is supposed to just work. And if it doesn't work, people aren't going to use it. So Chase really needs to figure out dining. Chase needs to rethink dining completely. Like, they own the infatuation, they own Zagat or Zagat. They own those two things. They should have bought Talk. They should have done a lot of other things than they did. And it's just, it is mildly frustrating, more than mildly frustrating. It is absolutely insane that Chase is refusing people their dining credit at restaurants that are specifically Chase Sapphire Reserve dining through Open Table. Like, they need to fix this. If you use the card at the restaurant, do the $150, or scrap the $300 credit and do something else with dining. I don't understand what Chase is doing. I don't understand why they're doing it this way. Like, they need to redo all of this. Again, I don't understand why they're doing it this way. It's really shitty to deny the credit to people who use their card in good faith. And doesn't matter if it's a toast restaurant problem. It doesn't matter if it's whatever. Like, they were at the restaurant, they paid, give them their money. So it's very frustrating. Clinton Chase gave the middle finger to people who have the CSR. People trying to use this dining program, yeah. Maybe Chase will get the bugs worked out by October, but not counting on it. I wouldn't count on it either, honestly. They had 4 months to figure this out, and they're already screwing over the new card holders or the new card signups, which are probably a lot of old card holders who downgraded their Sapphire Reserves and then snuck in one more welcome offer before they started tightening the noose. QC man, are you going to try the dining credit on the CSR after October, or are data points scaring you off? I will try to find something. Okay, going forward, I'm not counting the dining credit as something that is going to be recouping me value. Like, I will take or leave the dining credit. It's semi-annual. If I can use it, great. If I can't, no big deal. Living outside of New York City, I can take a trip down to the city and use it at one of the spots and see what happens from there. If I get it, great. If I don't, okay, I'm at $150, whatever. So I will try to test it before the end of the year for this semi-annual credit. But going forward, like, I have the $300 credit for sure that I'm going to use. I will for sure use the Apple credit. I will for sure be able to use the StubHub credit. That is baseball tickets, that's hockey tickets, that's comedy tickets. It's StubHub. StubHub sucks, but like, I will make a purchase through StubHub with no problem. I could also then just make a purchase of tickets on StubHub and try to resell them on SeatGeek or Ticketmaster or something like that if I'm not going to make the event, or it's not an event I'm really interested in. If I can make back my money after fees, cool. That would be another way to burn the, what do you call it? But like, I can do at least 2 entertainment events a year through StubHub that I could probably get the full value out of the 300 there. So that right there represents $850 on the $795 annual fee. I value the Dash Pass membership at full value, right? So that's going to get me $970. And then as long as I'm getting global entry, I will need a phone for global entry. The dining would be a nice perk. The edit hotels would be a nice perk. Are they going to be the be all end all of, oh, I have to maximize those? No. I'm going to take Lyft rides. I'm not going to take enough to get the full $120 a year, but I am going to take enough to get some value out of Lyft. I'm going to make purchases through DoorDash. So like, I'm going to value the Dash Pass membership, but I'm not going to say I'm going to get the full $300 out of Dash Pass. So I'll try the Chase dining, see if I can get that done by the end of the year. But Chase dining is not going to be part of my strategy going forward of recouping value on the Sapphire Reserve. Travel credit, Apple, StubHub is going to be plenty. And even if I don't do the StubHub, or I only do StubHub half the year, I'm still getting the Dash Pass. I hope that they put Instacart credit on either the Sapphire Reserve or the Sapphire Preferred, because Instacart plus Dash Pass could be a pretty powerful combination to getting 3x at a lot of different locations that you don't typically get 3x at. So I'm going to try to make 3x more things than typical play if possible.